Let's talk about who pays. Who pays for the higher tariffs on Chinese imports? Here's what President Trump had to say this week.
Our country can take in $120 billion a year in tariffs, paid for mostly by China, by the way, not by us. A lot of people try and steer it in a different direction. It's really paid, ultimately, it's paid for largely by China.
But Larry, that isn't true. It's not China that pays tariffs. It's the American importers, the American companies that pay what in effect is a tax increase and oftentimes passes it on to U.S. consumers.
Fair enough. In fact, both sides will pay. Both sides will pay in these things. And, of course, it depends.
If it's a tariff on goods coming into the country, the Chinese aren't paying.
No, but the Chinese will suffer GDP losses and so forth with respect to a diminishing export market and goods that they may need for their own
I understand that, but the president says China doesn't. It pays the tariffs. They may suffer consequences, but it's U.S. businesses and U.S. consumers who pay, correct?
Yes, to some extent. I don't disagree with that. Again, both sides will suffer on this. Look,
well, I want to pick up on both sides because let's look at one study that projects what the costs are of all U.S. tariffs. Look at the screen. This study found that all current tariffs cost an average family of four $767 a year and cut U.S. employment by more than 900,000 jobs. And the study found if the president were to impose that 25% tariff extended on all Chinese imports, including the $300 billion, plus the cost of Chinese retaliation, it'll cost an American family of four $2,200 a year, cut American employment by over 2 million jobs, and cut GDP growth by more than 1%.